If you feel the calling to birth something with its own heartbeat, I'm telling you, the way to do it is through the pause. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you doing today? So, today's episode, my friends, is one that is bittersweet, and it's also me taking my own advice that this podcast is all about. And today is actually the last episode of this show. And this is not a decision that I came to lightly or irrationally. It is something that has been weighing on me for the last couple of months, mainly because if any of you follow me on social media, and if you don't, you should at Wendy Page Sterling. I have been on quite a journey over the last 2 years since I launched this show. And that journey has taken me through some beautiful episodes and some amazing guests that I've had on this show. And what it has also continued to foster within me is what this podcast is about, and that is the power in the pause. And that is exactly what I am doing. I am taking my own advice because since I got back from Egypt in March, I have been a completely different person. So much so that even my clients have commented on, in a positive way, how different I am. How different I am when I show up in my coaching containers, how different I am as a mirror that is even sharper in reflecting back to them. And all of that is a result of me investing in myself, investing in what my body is signaling me to do instead of paying attention to my mind. And the best way that I can describe to you about what it is that I have been going through is it's really been a 2 year journey of me not only embracing what my feminine energy is all about, it has been about seeing how sacred and valuable and potent and important my feminine side is. You see, I am somebody who has always been and prides, at least prided herself on her masculine energy. I am masculine dominant. I love to be in quote unquote control. I love to organize and plan and list and all these things. And over the last 2 years, I've really spent a lot of time consciously detaching from the need to feel my power in my masculine. And instead, what I have done is I have chosen to lean into the discomfort of my feminine. And it has been the most incredible journey that I have been through, and really what ended up I think, finally. I don't like to say cracking open because let's be real, I feel like that's like a chat GPT word. But really, what ultimately broke through, I will say, when I was in Egypt during the spring equinox was not just my voice, but the voices of, I mean, however many before me and the ones that I know that are out there right now. And I felt very much like I was a vessel for releasing the grief around silencing our voices. And I felt a lot of emotion every time I came back, or came out of one of the temples that we were in throughout Egypt over the 8 days that we were there. And it felt like there were all these layers that I was moving through, and not only healing from past generations and past lives of my souls, but for a much larger group of people. And the message that was coming through to me when I got back was really about going deeper into myself, going deeper into, ultimately what it was that I desired, what I desired. And I think that so many of us, and at least this is what my experience has been, is like I think I know what I desire, but when I really think about it or feel into it, I'm kind of like, is that really it? And I started to realize that there were versions of me that even after my divorce, that I had gotten to know myself, but over the years, I had kind of started packing some pieces of her away, thinking that she couldn't come with me. And it's been interesting because I've been tapping back into her and I've been giving her back her voice in how it is that she gets to still be a part of me and who it is that I am. And what I came to realize is that while I have been using my voice, to the volume that I had access to, it was still not my full range, if that makes sense. And the frequency through which my words were speaking were my fullest capacity, but they weren't at my maximum, if that makes sense. And what I've really allowed myself to go deeper into is really turning up the volume and really elevating my frequency in not just my presence, but in the language that I use, in how it is that I want to lead moving forward. And I have been quietly observing not just my clients, but just in conversations that I've had with the most amazing people that I have been introduced to with collaborations or, Wendy, oh my God, you need to meet this person. And that person's like, oh my God, you need to meet these five people. And oh my God, right? And I built my first seven-figure business through collaboration. And that is my like 100% belief of how you can scale your business. And what I was learning as I was having these conversations was there's so many of us that are having these really like potent and visceral and emotion filled conversations about what it is that we're deeply passionate about. And yet we're not grabbing the microphone and screaming it, or not a lot of us, let me say it that way. Not a lot of us are grabbing the microphone and screaming it from the rooftops and really sharing what it is that we want to say, right? How many of you feel like sometimes you have to either put a muzzle over your words or you have to be really thoughtful and really careful about what it is that you're going to say because, oh my God, I might piss somebody off, or oh my God, somebody might misinterpret me. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really fucking tired of feeling like I can't say what it is that I want to say. And I know I'm not the only one. And as I've been going deeper into myself, into my passion, into my desire, into deeper intimacy with myself, okay, into me, I see. As I have been, some of you know too, like I am in the process of becoming or learning Reiki. I'm a level 1 Reiki healer now. And as I've been going deeper and deeper into not just myself, but my connection with God and divine and my spirit guides and archangels, I have birthed something that I didn't know was being gestated for the last 2 years. And really, since Egypt, I feel like I have been, I feel like I have been in labor since March. And the baby finally came out about a month and a half ago. And that is when I made the decision. I didn't put the balls in motion yet, but I made the decision that everything that I had built into this point had to close. That there was something new within me that was being birthed, that there was something in me that was coming to life from my feminine, what I'm calling my sacred feminine. And it was something that required everything else to be just it's got to go. And part of that is this podcast. And I value so much of what the 2 years of conversations have provided me. And I know with what they have provided for so many of you that tune in on a weekly basis. And for those of you who have just found it, go back and binge. It's great episodes, 2 years worth of episodes. And I also know that I'm here to share a completely new message with you guys. And I want you to know that this is me putting a pin in using my voice as from a podcast perspective. I'm going to be back. There is an essence within me that has been born. And it is something that I know it's a movement. It is an experience. It is visceral and it is coming. I always take the month of August off. If, any of you guys know, like that is my birthday month. So any other fellow Leos out there, high five. But it is my birthday month and I always take that time to myself. It's also when I take my family on vacation to Maui. And it's the perfect time for me to end this and to really just be in the energy of what is coming. And it's going to come into the form of new offerings and some new programs. But most importantly, what I am really giving birth to is a new movement. And it is a movement that I believe is going to scale everyone on this planet in a way that you have been craving. I think that we have all been, sort of like the way that I call it is like, I feel like we've all been living in this illusion for so long, and I'm tired of pretending that I know that it's an illusion. And I'm gonna say that, like, I'm pulling back the shades and the illusion is going to be gone. And what it is that's going to be coming is something that I'm really excited about. I've even talked to like quite a number of people about what is coming, and everyone is like, yes, finally, somebody is right? And I know that this is what I'm here for. I know that this is my purpose. And I know that you are not going to want to stop being on this journey with me and to see what it is that is coming. It is something that I know that everybody has been waiting for, that everybody's been waiting for. And it's going to just open the door in so many ways for so many of us. It's almost like you've been looking for the words and I have them and I'm going to give them to you. And it's going to be like you can finally feel like you can take a deep breath again. Like that's how big this feels for me and for the people that I've already started talking to about this. And the way that I was able to come to this place, you guys, is through pausing. Really, since March, I have been in a constant pause. But the constant pause that I've been in has actually, I say this all the time, it's been a pause, but there's been this accelerant that's been underneath it because I've gifted myself with the space for all of this to come in, and it keeps coming in faster and faster. And I say that with excitement because all the pieces are falling into place and I haven't had to, logic my way through it or, beat my head against a wall, trying to get the information to come in and to come through. And I'm taking my own advice and I am pausing and I am putting this show on hiatus. I believe that what is going to be coming out next is going to be the next iteration of what this podcast has carried you into. Just like how my Divorced Women's Guide podcast brought you into Power in the Pause, Power in the Pause is now going to take you to the next iteration whenever that is going to come out. I know that I love a microphone. I love sharing my wisdom with my audience. So just know that something will come at some point in time. I just don't know when divine is going to guide me to launch with that. But for right now, I really hope that this episode inspires you because I feel like so many of us are like, I feel like we're waiting for the right moment or we're waiting for the sign. But in the waiting, we're doing. And I can tell you that that is really hard for me. It's been so hard for me to practice this pause that I am the example of. But I'm hoping and praying that you gift yourself with a true pause. Because what is going to be birthed in that period of time is going to become, if the word legacy lands for you, purpose, like whatever that word is, for me, it is a movement. It is something bigger than me. It's got its own heartbeat, is how I described it earlier today. And so if you feel the calling to birth something with its own heartbeat, I'm telling you, the way to do it is through the pause. And again, I want to just thank you all from the bottom of my heart for listening, for tuning in. I'm inviting you to stay connected with me for when the next show does decide to launch, but more importantly, when this new this new movement is going to be birthed. It's coming. I've been working behind the scenes, with some new designs, and I've been working behind the scenes with my coaches and with just embodiment work to really I feel this so deeply in my body and it's visceral. And I want you guys to be able to feel it too. And so that means that you guys who are feeling the excitement about what it is that I'm teasing out to you right now, follow me on social media at Wendy Page Sterling. Even better, shoot me an email so I can put you on an email list where you guys will be part of who is going to get access to all of this new content that I'm going to be launching sometime in the fall. I do feel like it's, September, October is when the brand is going to be really announced and put out into the world. But if you want to be a part of, you want to be in the know, you want to be among the first, FOMO's real. Follow me on social, shoot me an email, and most importantly, just stay connected. And I would love to hear from you guys what you've loved about this show, what it has brought to your life, to your day. It's always so valuable to hear from my incredible listeners because I really wouldn't have a show without you guys. And I just want to say a deep amount of gratitude to all of you tuning in. So much gratitude for my incredible podcast team that has been behind the scenes, I've been working with for 4 years, who I don't feel get enough credit for all the work that they do and all the assets that they create to make this show possible and to put it out into the social world. So I also want to publicly say thank you to them. I can't wait to share what's coming. And I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for listening to what's been on my heart with how I wanted to bring this podcast to a close. And I will close out by saying what I always do, which is truly with every episode, my goal has always been to inspire each and every one of you to find your own power in the pause. And I know I sure as hell had, and I cannot wait to announce and launch what it is that's coming out next. So sending you all so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.